Hello and welcome into another broadcast of Grand Lake Mariner Baseball right here on YouTube. I'm Ryan Strobeck, proud to bring you coverage of Grand Lake Mariner Baseball all season long. It's an 0-1 count on Joe Isles already as the line, the next pitch, that one is outside, 1-1. We're here in Richmond, Indiana for another game between the Richmond Jazz and the Grand Lake Mariners. Last night the Mariners came away victorious. It took 4 runs in the bottom of the 8th to beat the Jazz, but this one swung on, grounded to short. Up with it, and the throw on to first, and not going to be in time as Joe Isles legs out an infield single. So just like last night, Joe Isles begins the game with a single, and now the leadoff runner is on for Grand Lake. Here's how the rest of the lineup's going to shake up for the Grand Lake Mariners. Pat Reif's going to be batting now. He's in left field. Jeff Timko going to follow him in the 3 spot, the designated hitter. Tucker Linder at first, batting in the cleanup spot. Nate Osmo at short, batting 5th. Blake Buckman, he's playing second base, batting 6th. R.J. Williams in center field tonight. He's batting 7th. Nick Vorta, he's in right field, batting 8th. And Cole Womack rounding out the order, playing third base. Here's the pitch. Bunted, and that one gets way back to the backstop. Count moves to 0-1 on Patrick Reif. So runner on first, top of the first inning. And a game between the Grand Lake Mariners and Richmond Jazz. Grand Lake with a record of 15-13 on the year, second in the Central. Richmond Jazz 15-11. That's second in the Southern Division. Pat Reif gets this one down, goes back to the pitcher. The only play is going to be to first base, and the throw is in time. Moves up Isles to second base, so it's a sac bunt for Pat Reif here in the top of the first inning. So Jeff Timko going to step to the plate for the first time here this evening. Sun setting behind us here. We're at Richmond Field, McBride Stadium. As Adam Schmidt is on the mound. The first pitch to Timko way up high, 1-0. We're at Don McBride Stadium here in Richmond, Indiana. Ballpark was built in 1936. Here's the next pitch. That one in there for a strike. 1-1. Adam Schmidt on the mound for the Jazz. He's from Concordia University, 6'1", 210. 0-1 record on the year, 5.03 ERA. Making his 6th appearance for the Jazz. This one's down and in the dirt. 2-1. He started 3 games for the Jazz. 19 2/3 of an innings pitched, 9 strikeouts, 9 walks. So Schmidt comes set with the 2-1. Isles takes his lead off second. The pitch, that one swung on that and hit pretty well into right center field. Going back on it, and it's not going to be caught as that one goes off the top of the wall. Isles going to score in safely. Jeff Timko with an RBI double here in the top half of the first inning. Mariners playing from in front. So Timko goes oppo on a 2-1 pitch. Gives the Mariners a 1-0 lead here in the top of the first inning. Tucker Linder steps to the plate. Timko with his 8th double on the year, now team leading 8th double, 15th RBI. And they're going to check out third base. Looks like some dirt down below. See if they can try to get that out. So we're in Richmond, Indiana for tonight's game. Richmond, Indiana. It's in Wayne Township. And it's sometimes called the cradle of recorded jazz, because some early jazz records were made here at the studio of Jeanette Records, a division of Star Piano Company. And that's how the team got its name, I suppose. So they're digging up third base right now, trying to get some dirt out of it so third base can stay in there nice and snug. As Linder is going to come to the plate. So it's 1-0 Mariners here in the top of the first inning off an RBI double from Jeff Timko. Tucker Linder is going to be the next batter at the plate. Last night he went 1 for 4 at the plate with an RBI in that bottom of the 8th inning. It was really a good game by both squads. The Mariners, they took the lead 6-1. The Jazz came back, scored 5 runs in a matter of 2 innings to tie things up. But in the bottom of the 8th inning, the Mariners did their job coming back and getting 4 runs to take the ball game as Damon Egner gets the win. Tucker Linder is the next batter at the plate coming up. Linder on the year, .313 average with 7 doubles, 2 triples, 2 home runs, and 18 RBIs. Linder and Osmo tied with RBIs with 18 for a team lead. Joe Isles right behind them with 17, and Timko right behind Isles with now 15. Good night for some baseball. 80 degrees is our game time temp. Gonna drop a little bit, but seems like balls do seem to carry out here, but small ballpark as well. It's 323 out to left field, 311 down the right field line, 402 to straightaway center, 375 to left center. So third base is fixed, and we're ready to resume once more. Tucker Linder comes to the plate. Schmidt comes set. The first pitch to Linder, that one swung on, that one's lined straight to second base. Timko back in the second. So there are 2 gone now here in the top of the first. So Nate Osmo comes to the plate. He had a pretty good game last night. 3 for 5 on the day. A home run and a double and a single. So he was a triple away from the cycle. But he did have 3 RBIs on the night to help propel the Mariners to victory. Here's the first pitch. That's inside corner, called the strike, 0-1. Top of the first inning, 1-0 Mariners lead. RBI double by Jeff Timko. Schmidt, he pauses. And now the pitch. That one's up high, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. Timko takes his lead off a second. Here's the next pitch. That one's down and away in the dirt. 2-1. Jazz much better home team than they are on the road. They're 10-5 here at McBride Stadium. The next pitch is away, 3-1. They trail the Cincinnati Steam in the Southern Division by half a game. They took the loss last night, and they're down tonight 1-0. Here's the next pitch to Osmo. That one's swung out. That one's grounded to short. Up with it is Gillerman. The throw on to first is in time. Osmo retired. We go to the bottom half of the first inning. Mariners have taken an early 1-0 lead on an RBI double by Jeff Timko. We go to the bottom of the first. Jazz coming to bat. When we come back, you're listening and watching Grand Lake Mariner Baseball right here on YouTube. We go to the bottom half of the first inning. 1-0 Grand Lake leads it over the Richmond Jazz here in Richmond, Indiana. Cole Parks going to lead things off. He's in center field for the Jazz here tonight. David Morrison on the mound for Grand Lake this evening as he winds, delivers the first pitch, catches the outside part of the plate. 0-1. Lineup look like this for the Jazz. Cole Parks leads things off. He's in center. Morrison winds, delivers. Next pitch is outside, 1-1. Mitch Wilson going to follow him. He's at second base. Daniel Stick at third, batting third. Andrew Check, he's designated hitter in the cleanup spot. Bill Kroll going to catch batting sixth. That one swung on, and that one's deadened at the plate. Count moves to 1-2. Eric Connor, he's going to be batting sixth in left field. Jordan Gillerman batting seventh, playing short. At first base, batting eighth, Chase DeBonis, and at right, rounding out the order, Jack Holden. Next pitch misses, 2-2 is the count. A 2-2 swung on, and it looks like it was foul tip, so Parks stays alive. Morrison gets the pitch. Now the 2-2. That one swung on and grounded foul towards the Mariner dugout. Remains 2-2. Morrison on the air. 0-2 record, 4.11 ERA. Making his fifth start for Grand Lake. 19 2/3 innings pitch. 6 strikeouts, 4 walks. Here's the pitch. That one swung on off the end of the bat. Womack up with it. Throws on the first. And it is in time to retire the leadoff batter, Parks. One gone. Mitch Wilson steps to the plate. Wilson, he doubled his first at bat of the game and came around to score. That would be all they would get until later on in the game as Nixich was lights out after that. But Nixich did get pulled. And Wilson did walk in the 8th inning. Pitch is low, 1-0. Last time Morrison was on the mound was July 8th against Lima, where he got the loss. He went 6 innings, only gave up 3 runs. That would be all they needed. They got that on a home run in the bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the next pitch. That one misses. 2-0. He gave up 5 hits, walked 2, and struck out 3 in that game. It was a game that was suspended due to rain, and then we picked it up. Again, this pitch inside, 3-0. Morrison, 6 foot, 170. Shreveport, Louisiana is his home. The next pitch in there, taken all the way, was Wilson, 3-1. Goes to the University of Louisiana Monroe. The Warhawks. There's the next pitch. That one's grounded down the first base line, but foul. Full count. Pretty big backstop here today, so gotta be wary of base runners today. You gotta be spot on behind the plate with runners on. The payoff pitch, that one swung on. That one slid out to left field and out of play. Still a 3-2 count. A 3-2 misses for ball 4. And Wilson is the first base runner of the game once again for the Jazz as he heads down to first base with a 1-out walk. Daniel Sepik, he's going to be batting now at third base for the Jazz here tonight. Sepik, last night's ball game, went 0 for 3 or 0 for 2 with 2 RBIs. As Morrison comes set, the pitch is over for a strike, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike here on Daniel Sepik. Morrison coming from the stretch for the first time. That pitch is down and away, 1-1. Next pitch misses outside. 2-1. We have one more Southern opponent that will be played at on the 25th and 26th. That's going to be the Copperheads at home. There's a throw over, back in safely as Wilson. And that's when the Mariners finish up with 6 of their last 7 games at home. Another throw over, close play over there at first base. But Wilson in getting that hand at first base. 2-1 the count here on Daniel Sepik. Here's the pitch. And this is outside, 3-1. Bottom of the first inning. 1-0. The Mariners lead. That one swung on. That one's grounded in the hole. And that one's going to find the right field grass. And that's the first hit of the ball game for the Jazz. So after retiring the leadoff batter, the next 2 I've reached is going to bring up to the plate Andrew Check. Barta backs up. Check does have some power, second in the league in home runs. Here's the pitch. That one swung on. That one's going to get down in the gap in right center field. All the way traveling to the wall. R.J. Williams cuts it off right before the wall. Throw in and cut off. And the Jazz have tied things up on an RBI double from Andrew Check. Check, the league leader in RBIs, collects another one here tonight. already in the bottom half of the first inning. 1-1 our ball game now, as runners on second and third. Morrison comes at the pitch. Is up high, 1-0. Bill Kroll, the catcher tonight. He is at the plate right now. He was the DH last night. He went 0 for 4, rounded out the third 3 times. There's the next pitch. That one outside, 2-0. Linder playing in front of the bag. Womack playing even with the bag. Middle infield a little back. That pitch swung on. That one's lined up into center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Check going to be waved home. R.J. Williams, the throw to the plate. Not going to be in time, and moving up on the throw is Kroll to second base. So it's a 2-run RBI single for Bill Kroll. And the Jazz have taken a 3-1 lead. So Jazz taking a 3-1 lead on a Bill Kroll single into center field. Coach O'Neill gonna come to the plate. So Eric Connor steps to the plate for the first time here tonight. Runner on second, just one man gone here in the bottom half of the first inning. Jazz have come back and answered the Mariners' run of 1 and have scored 3 of their own. Morrison comes set the pitch. That one swung on, that one's fouled away. Count moves to 0-1 on Eric Connor. Connor last night went 0 for 4, grounded out to second twice and grounded out to third the other 2 times. Applause, and now the 0-1. That one swung on a line, foul down the third baseline. 0-2 the count in Eric Connor. So nothing in 2 the count on Eric Connor. Morrison, the 0-2. Outside, 1-2. Wilson walked. Sepik singled. Check doubled home Wilson. And Kroll hit home check and Sepik. That one's fouled off. Count remains 1-2. Mariners tonight at Richmond. Tomorrow night they'll be at Galleon. 7:05 first pitch, and then we'll return home for another home matchup versus Galleon. That one be a 7:05 first pitch, and the next one is fouled away. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 gone. Bottom half of the first inning, 3-1 our score here in Richmond, Indiana. The next pitch swung on, fouled straight back. So Connor staying alive here, fouling off some pitches. The next pitch in there, called strike 3. Eric Connor goes down for the second out of the inning. First strikeout of the ball game for Morrison. 2 gone now here in the bottom half of the first inning. Runner on second, Jordan Gillerman, the shortstop, coming to the plate for the first time here tonight. 0 for 4 in last night's ball game with 2 strikeouts and 2 flyouts to right field. A pitch, that one's swung on, that one's fly to center field. R.J. Williams goes back on it a little bit, and he gets under it and makes the catch for out number 3. But the Jazz strike for 3 here in the bottom half of the first inning. They now have the lead with a 3-1 is the score. We go to the second inning. Mariners going to bat when we come back. You're listening and watching Grand Lake Mariner Baseball right here on YouTube. Well, you go to the second inning. 3-1 our score here at Don McBride Stadium in Richmond, Indiana. Blake Buckman going to lead things off for the Mariners here in the top of the second inning. So, Adam Smith on the mound for the Jazz. He winds, delivers. That pitch is outside, 1-0. Jazz going with a neon green jersey, it looks like, with white pants. Mariners wearing their away blue jerseys with gray pants. The line, the 1-0, up high, 2-0. Up high here at Don McBride Stadium. Calling today's ball game, Ryan Strobeck. Proud to bring you coverage of Grand Lake Mariner baseball all season long. Here's the line, the 2-0. That one's inside. Backed up Buckman a little bit, 3-0. It's going to be Buckman, Williams, Varda here for the Mariners in this half inning. Next pitch in there for a strike, 3-1. The 3-1 fouled straight back. Full count now on Blake Buckman. So Buckman walks, trying to combine his first and last name. Doesn't work like that, folks. So he is down at first. R.J. Williams steps to the plate. Williams had a pretty good night at the plate last night. He went 2 for 4 at the plate. He did walk in the second inning. His first pitch, R.J. Williams misses for ball number 1. 1-0 the count on R.J. Williams. He reached on a fielder's choice in the bottom of the 8th inning. Or did not reach. He was out on a fielder's choice down the inning. Buckman back in diving and just trying to stop it from going into the outfield was first baseman DeBonis. Just trying to stop that one. It was a low throw. So Buckman down at first, 3-1 our score. Third base, Sepik is in on the cut of the grass. That one is swung, and that one's hit pretty well out to right center field. That one's hit pretty deep. R.J. Williams is going to get some extra base hits. Blake Buckman, he's going to round third. He's going to be waved home. And no throw coming in there safely with another run as it's an RBI double by R.J. Williams. So good piece of the ball right there, as now it's a 3-2 ball game here in Richmond. Plenty of space out in the outfield. Outfielders have a lot of room to cover. Oh, we'll see a lot of extra base hits, I believe, here tonight, and the ball seems to carry pretty well here as well. There's first pitch of Varda. That one swung on and fouled away. 0-1. So the leadoff walk comes around to score. It's 3-2. Mariners looking to come back. Nick Varda at the plate. Did not play in last night's ball game. Playing right field for the Mariners here tonight. As he calls time at the plate. That's back now. Back into the box. That pitch is swung on and missed. Goes to 0-2 on Nick Varda. Well, R.J. Williams gathers his third double of the year and his third RBI along with it. Schmidt comes set. The 0-2. And there for strike three. Varda looks back and cannot believe it. He's set down on strikes for the first out of the inning. So on gone here in the top half of the second inning. Cole Womack going to come to the bat for the first time here tonight. Womack was not in the lineup as well last night. Batting .222 on the year. 2 doubles, 5 RBIs for a right-handed hitting third baseman. Here's the first pitch. That one swung on near the hole, but up with it, Gillerman. Long throw on to first, and it is in time, just beaten out by a step or two. And now there's 2 gone here in the top of the second inning. We go back to the top of the order. Joe Isles comes to the plate. He reached on an infield single his last time up. Isles, the third best batter coming into today's ball game. He's hitting .333 on the year. 7 doubles, 3 home runs, 17 RBIs. Proving why he's one of the 7 Mariners named to the All-Star squad this year. Here's the pitch. That one's up high. The Isles 1-0 the count. Blackman led off the inning with a walk. R.J. Williams hit him home on a 1-0 pitch that was lined in the right center field. And the next 2 have gone down for the Mariners. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one swung on. That one's hit pretty well out to center field, going back on it. And making the catch, though, however, is Cole Parks. Isles gave it a good ride, but ultimately ending up with an out. We go to the bottom half of the second inning. Mariners get a run back here in the top of the second inning. 3-2 our score. Jazz coming to bat when we come back. You're listening and watching Grand Lake Mariner Baseball right here on YouTube. They go here to the bottom half of the second inning. Already a new pitcher on the mound now for Grand Lake. It's Jim Wilkerson coming on to pitch in relief already here. So Wilkerson comes in. He's 6'3", 210 from Old Dominion University, hometown, Newark, Virginia. He does not have a decision on the year, 5.4 ERA, making his 5th appearance out of the pen for Grand Lake. 5 innings pitched, 3 strikeouts, 1 walk for the right-hander. In his last outing, he went 1 inning, gave up 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 walk, no strikeouts in the victory against Lima on Sunday in Game 2 of the doubleheader. So Jazz coming back. Chase DeBonis going to lead things off for Richmond here. DeBonis did not come in the game last night against the Mariners. So Wilkerson on the mound. It's a 3-2 ball game as Mariners get 1 in the top of the second. The pitch. That one swung and that one's popped up. Back on the grass, now coming back to the infield and making the catch is Blake Buckman. So 1 pitch, 1 gone here in the top or bottom half of the second inning. Jack Holden moves to the plate. Right fielder for the Jazz here tonight. He was 0 for 2 last night with a walk at the plate. There's the pitch. That one's grounded to first. Tucker Linder up with it, takes it himself for out number 2. So 2 pitches, 2 outs here for Jim Wilkerson as Cole Parks comes to the plate. Parks, as we go back to the top of the order, he's 0 for 1 on the day, grounded out the third his first time up. Here's the first pitch to him. It's a strike. 0-1 the count. The 0-1. That one swung and that one's lined in the left field. That gets down for a base hit. As Rife quickly gets to it. So 2 gone, 1 on. Mitch Wilson steps to the plate. Walked, came around to score his first time up. He grounds this one to second. Buckman flips to Osmo at short for the third out. It does not take long for the Wilkerson to get out of the bottom of the second inning here. 5 pitches as he retires the Richmond Jazz. 3-2. We go to the third inning. Mariners coming to bat when we come back. You're listening and watching Grand Lake Mariner Baseball right here on YouTube. We go to the third inning. Matt Rife going to come to the plate to lead things off for the Mariners. 3-2 our score here in Richmond, Indiana. Reif sacrifice bunt, his first time up at the plate. Reif played left field last night for the Mariners. Had a pretty good night as this pitch is flied out to left field, and that one gets down as it's a foul ball in the left field line. 0-1 the count. Reif last night, he went 2 for 3 with 2 singles and an RBI. So good job at the plate for Reif last night. Trying to break out of a cold slump he was in. Here's the 0-1. That one's up high, 1-1. The 1-1 in there for a strike, 1-2. Richmond Jazz, a pretty interesting story this year. They were near dead last in the league last year. Of course, last year was their first year in the league. They were 12-29 overall last year, as the next pitch is down and in, 2-2. But this year, already eclipsing their win total from last year, they're 15-11, and they're 1 game back of the Southern Division. So they're in second place of Southern Division in a playoff spot right now. Of course, everything varies year by year because you don't have the same players coming back every year. So the next pitch is down and in, full count on Reif. For example, the Hamilton Joes, the defending champions, they're 9-18 on the year. They're dead last in the Southern Division. So, as most summer collegiate leagues, as the 3-2 in there for strike 3. Reif retired for out number 1 here in the 3rd inning. Second strikeout of the day for Schmidt. Jeff Timko comes to the plate. RBI double his first time up. Like I was saying, summer collegiate ball, you have some knowledge that teams have some more power in trying to get players. Example, Lima Locos, you know that they're probably going to be good every year because they try to find the top-notch talent. His first pitch to Timko is outside, 1-0. But it's just a matter of the quality of players you get from certain coaches, and seems like Richmond got some good ones this year. The 1-0 was swung on and fouled away, 1-1. Great Lakes Summer Collegiate League also has 2 teams ranked in the top 30 of the Summer Collegiate Baseball rankings. The Lima Locos and Lake Erie Monarchs cracking the top 30 list. Here's the line, the 1-1. That's in there for a strike, 1-2. Locos 22-6 on the year. Lake Erie 19-8. St. Clair really started off really well for the Northern Division. Since have really cooled off, while Lake Erie has gotten hot at the right time. The 1-2, that one swung on. That one shallow right field, coming on and making the diving play right there in right field. Jack Holden with a spectacular catch to maybe take a hit away from Jeff Timko. 2 gone. A 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the 3rd. Tucker Linder comes to the plate. Spectacular play from Jack Holden out in right field. It's a shallow fly ball, but it hung up there long enough. That one swung on. That one is lined, and that one stays up in the air long enough for the shortstop Gillerman. 1, 2, 3 go the Mariners here in the top of the 3rd. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Jazz coming to bat here. When we come back, you're listening and watching Grand Lake Mariner Baseball right here on YouTube. So R.J. Williams steps to the plate with one gone. 3-3 our ball game now as Buckman delivers Osmo home. It was Osmo was stuck in a pickle. Buckman was tagged. Three our ball game. 3 runs, 5 hits for both squads. R.J. Williams down at first with one gone. Varda struck out looking his first time up. A throw over, and that one skips by. R.J. Williams going to head down to second base. So R.J. Williams now in scoring position. Chance to bring him home by Nick Varda. Schmidt still on the mound for Richmond. Here's the next pitch. That one swung and that is hit pretty deep to right field. Back goes the right fielder, but this pitch is G-O-N-E gone. Nick Varda with a run out, 2-run homer, and it has given the Grand Lake Mariners the lead. So Nick Varda gets a hold of one here in the top half of the 4th inning. And the Mariners have taken a 5-3 lead thanks to Nick Varda. Well, Varda gets his first extra base hit of the year, his first home run, and collects his second and third RBIs as well. So Cole Womack steps to the plate. He checks his swing. Home plate umpire is saying he went around. 0-1 the count. The line, the 0-1. That one swung on. That one's hit pretty well out to center field. Going back on it and can't make the catch. It's over his head. Womack around first, heading for second. He's going to be in there with the 1-out double. So back-to-back extra base hits for the Mariners. Womack collects his third double of the year. As we go back to the top of the order, Joe Isles, 1 for 2 on the day. Go out to center field his last time out, and we're going to have a mound visit. The Mariners have taken the lead on 3 runs here in the top of the 4th. And if you're going to beat the Richmond Jazz, you're going to have to do it by scoring some runs, obviously. But Richmond, one of the better teams at swinging the bat, but not so much at pitching. So the best way to get on and beat Richmond would be to get to their starting pitching. And they have done so here tonight, scoring a run in every inning except in the 3rd. Richmond, 3rd to last in team ERA with a 5.92. Teams batting .298 off of them as well, which is 3rd worst. Or actually, it's 2nd worst. So, teams batting pretty well off Jazz pitching. Mariners, they're not a bad hitting ball club either. They're about 6th in the league, so near middle, 279 at team batting average. A pitch is down low to Joe Isles, 1-0. So Cole Womack down at first base. 1 man gone here, 3 runs in. There's the next pitch. That one swung on and missed. 1-1. Osmo led off the inning with a single. He was hit home by Blake Buckman, and it was an awkward play as it was a strong relay. Osmo was caught in a pickle. Buckman tried to get down to third. The next pitch just swung, and that one's grounded to third. Off with it is Zepic as he throws on to first. 2 gone. So Buckman was tagged out. The ball was dropped, letting Osmo to score. R.J. Williams was hit by a pitch, and Nick Varda hits him home on a home run to right field. Womack follows that home run with a double. He stands at second base currently with 2 gone after the ground out from Joe Wiles. Matt Wright comes to the plate 0 for 1 on the day. Sacrifice bunt in the first inning, and he struck out looking in the top of the third. Here's a pitch to Reif. That one it catches the outside part of the plate. 0-1. Good night for some baseball. As sun behind him, some clouds, so it's allowing some cool air come in. That one swung, and that one's chopped over. Now it's knocked down on the bare hand by Schmidt. The throw on to first, not going to be in time. Schmidt should have probably just let that one go to his shortstop. Instead, he tries to barehand it, and it was a close play at first, don't get me wrong, but it was not in enough time to get Reif. As Jeff Timko steps to the plate for the third time tonight. Timko, 1 for 2, flew out to right field his last time up. Actually, it was a nice catch by Jack Holden, which robbed him of possibly a base hit. He had an RBI double in the first inning. Here's the pitch. It's called a strike, 0-1. 3 runs here in the top of the 4th inning for Grand Lake. They have taken a 5-3 advantage. Schmidt comes set the pitch. That one swung on. That one's punched out to right field. Holden up with it, makes the catch for the third and final out. Mariners get 3 runs, including a home run by Nick Varda. They now have a 5-3 win, or 5-3 lead, as we go to the bottom half of the 4th inning. You're listening and watching Grand Lake Mariner Baseball right here on YouTube. We go to the bottom of the third. 5-3. Mariners have taken a lead. Here's the pitch. That one's inside. 1-0 on Jordan Gillerman. Gillerman 0 for 1, flew out to center field his first time up. He lines this one straight off the glove of Womack. Osmo up with it. He throws on to first, and it's going to be offline. So I think it's going to be ruled in E5 on Cole Womack. He should have came up with it. It was still a close play. Osmo had to hurry, though, with the throw in order to try to get Gillerman. So leadoff runner on for the Jazz. Wilkerson comes set. The pitch. Allen's in there for a strike. 0-1 on chase the bonus. Bopped out to second his first time up. The next pitch, that one swung on. It sawed him off. Buckman flips on to first. It's going to be the only play as it was slowly rolled out to second baseman Buckman. One gone. Here in the bottom of the fourth, Jack Holding comes to plate, grounded out to first his first time up. First pitch misses. 1-0. One ball, no strikes here on Jack Holden. Runner on second. One gone. That pitch swung, and that one's flied out to center field. R.J. Williams comes in a couple steps, makes the catch, and going to have to stay at second base as that one was hit pretty hard out to R.J. Williams. And there's two gone. So Cole Parks moves to the box. He is 1 for 2 on the day. Singled his last time up. It's the bonus. Down at second. He reached on an error. Wilkerson comes set. The pitch. That one swung on. That one's lined, and that one's going to hang up there in enough time for Blake Buckman to chase it down. So what you like to see when you take the lead, have a quiet inning on the field. The Mariners coming to bat. When we come back, you're listening and watching the Grand Lake Mariner Baseball right here on YouTube. Tucker Linder going to lead things off for Grand Lake here in the top of the fifth inning. 5-3, the Mariners have the lead. Here's the first pitch. Linder swung on and missed, 0-1. Linder has lined out both his times at the plate. Lined out once to the second base in his first at bat, and lined out to short his last time up. The line, the pitch, that one swung, and that one's fouled off Linder in the box. Count goes to 0-2. The Mariners get one run in the top of the first. Jazz come back and answer that right away with 3 of their own. Mariners, though, add 1 in the second to make it 3-2, and then 3 in the top of the fourth to take a 5-3 lead. Here's the line. The 0-2 is outside, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The line. The pitch. That one's swung on. That one's fouled off. And it remains 1-2. Glad you can join me for another night of Grand Lake Mariner baseball. Good night for the team. That one swung on. That one's grounded to short. Gillerman up with it. And he throws across his body. The throw is going to be in the dirt and heads to the fence. Linder, meanwhile, heads to second base. So an E6 there on Gillerman as Linder reaches base to lead off the top of the 5th. And Nate Osmo going to come to the plate. 1 for 2 singled, came around to score his last time up at the plate. He was caught in that awkward rundown in which they tagged out Buckman but dropped the ball on the tag or on the transfer, and Osmo came in to score to tie the ball game up. Some scores from around the leagues. In game 1 of the doubleheader, Locos beat the Settlers 1-0, so pitcher's duel in game 1 of the doubleheader. Schmidt, as he comes set, here's the first pitch to Osmo, and it hit him. So Osmo heads down to first. And Blake Buckman heads down to the box. Looks like we may have a pitching change here. Let's see. And it does look like Schmidt's night is done. So he's responsible for the 2 runners on right now. Well, technically only responsible for the runner on first. We go, and we'll stay here in the top of the 5th inning, but we'll be right back. You're listening and watching Grand Lake Mariner Baseball right here on YouTube. So we're here in the top of the 5th inning, 2 on, and no one gone. Blake Buckman at the plate with the new pitcher on. Here's the first pitch. That one catches the outside part of the plate, 0-1. Buckman, 1 for 1 on the day. Walked, came around to score his last time up, or walked, came around to score his first time up, doubled, and was tagged out trying to reach third in a weird play that scored a run. Here's the 0-1. That one swung on, fouled straight back, 0-2. Matt Matthews is now on the pitch for the Jazz. He plays college ball nearby at Earlham College. 6'3", 185 from Lagouti, Indiana. Second and first, no one gone. Here's the 1-1. That one swung on and missed, as Buckman set down for out number 1. Brings the plate R.J. Williams, who's 1 for 1 on the day. Got hit by pitches last time up. RBI double back in the second inning for the center fielder tonight for the Mariners. Matthews on the year. No wins, no losses. 8.21 ERA, making his 9th appearance out of the pen for the Jazz. 15 in a third innings pitched. 5 strikeouts, 5 walks for the right-hander. Here's the first pitch, R.J. Williams. That one swung, and that one's hit pretty well out to right field, but it ends up hooking foul. Count goes 0-1. His last game for Matthews came on July 8th for Xenia, as he went 3 innings, no runs, given up 3 hits, as he faced 12 batters. The 0-1 to R.J. Williams. That one swung on. That one's hit softly down the line. Third base. That's a fair ball. Linder comes around third. He's going to score. No one at third base. No one now at second base. R.J. Williams moves up to second. Osmo moves up to third. The Jazz just stopped and stared at the baseball. Meanwhile, nobody was covering the bags in which the runners are now occupying. It's a 6-3 Mariners lead on the RBI single from R.J. Williams. Well, now runners on second and third with one gone. And Nick Varda comes to the plate. 1 for 2. Last time up, hit a 2-run home run over the fence of right field. Matthews, he comes set. There's the first pitch to Varda. That catches the outside part of the plate. The left-handed hitting Varda, 0-1. So Mariners add to their lead here. Looking to get some more. Here's the pitch. That one swung and that one's hit well into left center field gap. That's going to get down for a hit and head all the way near the wall. Varda on his way to second. R.J. Williams and Nate Osmo come in to score. It's a 2-run RBI double from Nick Varda. Now with his second extra base hit of the day. And of the year for Nick Varda. Cole Womack comes to the plate. Mariners put 3 on the board here in the top of the 5th. Womack 1 for 2 on the day. He doubled his last time up. Matthew comes at the pitch in there for a strike at the knees, 0-1. 8-3, Grand Lake on top of the Jazz here in Richmond. Here's the next pitch. That one misses, 1-1. Mariners with 10 hits already in the ball game. 3 runs on 5 hits for the Jazz. There's the pause. Now the pitch. That one swung on, popped up, out of play. 1-2. Get you some scores from around the league here in just a second. Maybe possibly after this Cole Womack at bat. Here's the pause. And now the pitch. That one's down and away. 2-2. The 2-2. That one swung on, popped up. Sky high, foul territory, right-hand side near the Jazz dugout. Making the catch is the bonus there at first base. And there are two gone now in the inning. We go to the top of the order. Joe Isles comes to the plate. 1 for 3 on the day. Grounded out the third his last time up. So let's get you some scores from around the league. Like I said, Locos defeat the Settlers in game 1 of the doubleheader, 1-0. Steam defeat the Scouts, 11-0. That one was game 1 of a doubleheader. The Joes are defeating the Copperheads 2-0 in the bottom of the fourth. Leprechauns trailing the Green Giants 6-1, bottom third there. Locos have the lead in the top of the fourth in game 2 of the doubleheader, 2-1 over the Settlers. The first pitch to Isles misses away, 1-0. Loggers on top of the Lake Erie Monarchs 6-1 in the top of the fifth inning. Cincinnati on top of the Scouts 1-0 in the top of the third. That game 2 of the doubleheader. The next pitch misses up high, 2-0. And the Galleon Graders on top of the Ironman 6-2 in the top of the seventh. That's the next opponent for Grand Lake is Galleon. It's going to be a battle for second place. We'll play one at Galleon, then one at home. It's a 2-0 count here on Joe Isles. The next pitch, that one swung on and got off the inside part of his hands. It's 2-1. Hit balls, 1 strike, 2 gone. Top half fifth inning, 8-3, the Mariners lead. Matthews, he comes set. The 2-1. Up high, 3-1. That right would be next if Isles were to reach base. Here's the 3-1. Up high, he walked him. So Isles heads down to first on the free pass. That Reif comes to the plate. Reif 1 for 2 on the day, singled his last time up. The first pitch to Reif is in there for a strike. 0-1. So Varda down at second. Isles down at first. Varda delivered a RBI or 2-run RBI double to left center field gap. R.J. Williams with an RBI single down the left field line. Here's the next pitch to Reif. It's inside. 1-1. But Linder led the inning off with an error. Osmo was then hit by a pitch. Buckman struck out. Williams singled home Linder. And Varda drove in Osmo and Williams. Womack popped out the third, and Joe Isles was just walked. The 1-1 to Reif. That one swung out. That one's fouled back. One and two. Matthews comes set. The 1-2. It's just a bit outside. 2-2. Richmond actually quite closer distance-wise than some teams in our own division. They're only an hour and a half away from Grand Lake. Here's the 2-2. That one bounces in the dirt. Not too far away right there. To gather it is Bill Kroll. Full count now. Runners will be off on the pitch. Hitting a head start. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 gone. Wind blowing, it looks like from left to right. The payoff pitch. Called strike 3 on the outside part of the plate. Reif set down for out number 3. We go here to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Mariners add 3 more. They now lead it 8-3. You're listening and watching to Grand Lake Mariner Baseball right here on YouTube. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. This one swung on and hit pretty well out to warning track, but Nick Varda comes down with it. And there's one gone here now in the inning. So Wilson gave it a good ride here, but ultimately it ends up dying near the wall. Nick Varda makes the catch, and there's one gone. Wilkerson, Jim that is Wilkerson, still on the mound. Here's the next pitch. That one swung on. That one's hit pretty well out to left field. Pat Reif looking at it near the line and makes the catch. So back-to-back good hits by the Jazz, but now there's two gone. Andrew Check comes to the plate. 1 for 1 on the day. Was hit by pitches last time up. 2-run or a RBI double back in the first inning. Here's the pitch. That catches the outside part of the plate. 0-1 here on Andrew Check. Check leading the league in RBIs and second in home runs. He's also first in slugging percentage. That pitch, as he jammed him a little bit, it's now 0-2 on Andrew Check. So Wilkerson way ahead of the cleanup hitter here for the Jazz. It's an 0-2 count with 2 gone. Wilkerson, he comes set. Now the pitch. That one swung on. That one's belted to right center field. Varda's going to look at this one, and he's going to make the catch in right center field. So Jazz put 2 to the warning track, but ultimately Nick Varda comes down with them. And the score remains 8-3. The Mariners on top. We go to the top of the 6th inning. You're listening and watching Grand Lake Mariner Baseball right here on YouTube. We go to the top of the sixth inning. 8-3. Grand Lake leads it here as Jeff Timko going to lead things off for the Mariners here in the top of the sixth. Mariners get one in the first, one in the second, three in the fourth, and three in the fifth. They have 10 hits on the day, 3 runs on 5 hits for the Jazz. There's the first pitch to Timko. That one's in there for a strike, 0-1. Matt Matthews is still on the mound for the Jazz. On in relief for Schmidt. Here's the pitch. That one's down and in. 1-1. Timko, 1 for 3 on the day. Flew out to right field his last 2 times up. Had an RBI double back in the first inning to give Grand Lake the early lead. Here's the 1-1. That one swung on, foul tipped right back off the mask of, it looks like, Kroll behind the plate. Now moves to 1-2. F. Timko looks on. Now here's the 1-2. That one swung on. That one's lined in right field. That gets down for a base hit. Second hit of the day for Timko. The leadoff runner on now for Grand Lake. Our leadoff runner has reached, or leadoff hitter for the Grand Lake has reached base in all but 1 inning so far. Tucker Linder, he comes to the plate, reached on an error his last time up and came around to score. Here's the pitch. That's in there for a strike, 0-1. So it seems like wind's coming now in from center field a little bit. The next pitch bounces in the dirt, 1-1. As comes set, the pitch. That one's lined into right center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Timko going to round second, going to head for third. The throw's going to be cut off, and Timko in there now down at third. Linder with a single. So first hit of the day for Tucker Linder. And now everybody in the batting order has a hit for Grand Lake. So production coming from all over tonight for the blue and green. As Linder joins the hit parade, Nate Osmo coming to the plate. 1 for 3 on the day, or 1 for 2, excuse me. He was hit by a pitch his last time up. Single came around to score in the top of the 4th. That's the first pitch. This is 1-0. Linder at first, Timko down at third. Matthews, he comes set. The pitch. That's low. 2-0. It gets away from Kroll for a little bit, but not going to be enough to advance either runner for Grand Lake. A throw over to first, but Linder in there safely. Here's the next pitch. That's the outside corner. Called a strike. 2-1. So everybody in the order with at least 1 hit in the game. That's what you want to see. You want to see production from everybody, not just a couple of players. Here's the next pitch. That one catches the outside part of the plate. Osmo not particularly happy with that call. Count moves to 2-2. The next pitch, that one swung on line, straight back up the middle into center field, base hit. And it's an RBI single for Nate Osmo as the throw goes offline and Linder moves up to third base. So heads up base runner right there from Tucker Linder as he moves up to third base on the errant throw. So runners on the corner once again for the Mariners. No one gone. Blake Buckman comes to the plate. Buckman 1 for 2. Struck out swinging his last time up. Linder down at first. Linder down at third. Osmo down at first. Off the RBI single. And 9-3 Mariners lead it now. Matthews comes set. The next pitch, that one's down in the dirt. 1-0. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. That one is in the air for a strike. 1-1. Mariners looking to get their third straight victory here. The next pitch, outside corner, called a strike, 1-2. Here's the next pitch. That one's fouled off the end of the bat, it looks like. Count remains 1-2. Mariners won 3 straight last week as well. They won twice at Zania, once at Licking County. The other game at Licking County got rained out. And then they ran into Lima for 4 games in 2 days. And they came away with just 1 in game 2 of the doubleheader on Sunday. Here's the next pitch. That one skips to the dirt, gets by Bill Kroll, and heads over as Linder comes in to score another pitch, or another run. Wow. And Osmo moves up to second. Count moves to 2-2 on Buckman. 10-3 Mariners have taken the lead. Matthews still in there. The 2-2, that one swung on, popped up, foul territory, out of play. Count remains 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. No one gone here in the top half of the 6th inning. Or excuse me, that pitch is fouled off the bat, it looks like, of Buckman. (10-3) Mariners in the lead. They've only not scored in 1 inning so far. That was the top of the 3rd. That pitch swung on. That one's hit pretty well out to right field. Going back on it, and still going back. It's off the top of the wall. Buckman around first, heading for second, and he's going to be in there with an RBI double. So Buckman with an RBI double, just missed putting one out. 11-3 Mariners on top. Still no one gone here in the top of the 6th. That's the 3rd straight inning that 3 runs have come to cross for the Mariners. Let's see if we have another pitching change right here. 11-3, Mariners are on top. And it looks like we will have another pitching change. We'll get that right when we come back. You're listening and watching Grand Lake Mariner baseball right here on YouTube. Pitching change coming up. Mariners on top 11-3. So we're back here in the top half, sixth inning. 11-3, Grand Lake on time. Or on top here. As time was called. They get the umpire into position correctly. Mariners have scored 3 here in the top of the sixth. Still no one gone. Buckman down at second base after the RBI double. R.J. Williams to the plate. First pitch to him is inside, 1-0. Williams, 2 for 2 on the day. He has 2 RBIs, a double, and a single so far. So good day at the plate for R.J. Williams. Next pitch outside, 2-0. Cal Sykes now on the mound. It goes to Heidelberg College, his hometown, Ypsilanti, Michigan, which is also home to Eastern Michigan University. The 2-0 pitch. That catches the outside part of the plate, 2-1. Sykes on the year, 0-1 record. ERA, not too favorable for him, 29.45. Yes, that was 29.45 ERA for Kyle Sykes. Making his 4th appearance out of the pen, 3 2/3 innings pitched, 2 strikeouts, 9 walks. And it's 2 balls, 2 strikes now on R.J. Williams. In 2 of his outings, he's given up 6 earned runs. And his last outing, though, he won an inning, gave up no runs, 1 hit, walked 2, and struck out 2. The 2-2 on R.J. Williams, way outside, full count. It seems the issue for Sykes this year has been able to command his pitches. 9 walks compared to just 2 strikeouts. In just a third of an inning versus the Hamilton Joes back on June 10th. He walked 5 and gave up 6. That one swung on, grounded foul towards the dugout of the Jazz. Count remains 3-2. So Buckman down at second base. Here's the next pitch. That one swung on and grounded foul once again towards the Jazz dugout. Once again remains 3-2. So it's a 3-2 count on R.J. Williams. The payoff pitch once more. That one swung on, popped up foul territory. Is anybody going to get to it? No, they're not. It falls down in foul territory. So R.J. Williams putting together a good AV. His third straight pitch that he's fouled off. As he's making the new pitcher work a little bit here in the top of the sixth. Sykes comes set. The pitch. And misses down low. R.J. Williams is walked. He'll head down to first, and Nick Vorta comes to the plate. He's bringing the lumber so far tonight. 2 for 3 with a home run and a double and 4 RBIs. So Nick Vorta definitely came to play today. Runners on second and first, no one gone. Top half of the sixth inning. 11-3. Grand Lake leads the Richmond Jazz. Sykes comes set. The pitch. That's up high. 1-0. The Jazz have been on the other end of some blowout victories. This year they defeated one of their opponents 23 and scored 23 runs in the game. That's 2-0. They count on Nick Varda here. Next pitch misses. 3-0 the count on Nick Varda. Trying to find where that game was that they scored those 23 runs. As it's another walk for Nick Varda as he heads down to first. And bases loaded now for Grand Lake. As Cole Womack comes to the plate. Womack 1 for 3 on the day. Doubled back in the fourth inning. He popped out to first his last time up. That game for Xenia, that 23-run game, was versus the Richmond Jazz on June 28th. The next pitch misses. 1-0 count on Cole Womack. That pitch fouled away. 1-1. Richmond, they're 6-3 in games that have been decided by more than 3 runs. So definitely, they like to score a lot of runs. However, they're on the wrong side of the scoreboard here tonight. That pitch swung on. That one's grounded to short. Gillerman flips on to third to get the runner there. 1 run does come to score, so it's an RBI fielder's choice for Cole Womack. We go to the top of the order with Joe Isles, who's 1 for 3 on the day. He walked his last time up. Only one gone. Runners on second and first. 12-3 Grand Lake on top. The pitch in there for a strike. 0-1. Arda down at second. Womack at first. The pitch swung on, grounded towards the dugout of the Mariners. It's 0-2 on Joe Wiles. Next pitch swung on. That one's into center field for a base hit. Varda had to freeze on the line drive to make sure that it wasn't caught. So it's a base hit for Joe Wiles. Once again, the base is now loaded for Grand Lake as Pat Reif comes to the plate. Reif, 1 for 3 on the day with a single and 2 strikeouts. Well, this is the most runs in a ballgame by the Mariners so far this year. And it's the most runs in back-to-back ball games for them as well. Scored 10 yesterday, 12 here tonight already. We're here in the top of the 6th. A pitch outside, 1-0 on Pat Reif. Reif, ninth batter to bat here in the inning. Here with 1 out and bases loaded. 4 runs in for the Mariners. The next pitch. Thought about going around, did not. Pitch was outside, 2-0. A 2-0 is in there for a strike, 2-1. Most of the Mariners scored before this was 11 at Licking County on June 27th. That pitch misses. 3-1. "12-3, Mariners on top of the Jazz. The next pitch swung on and popped up out of play. Full count. The payoff pitch. Outside, he walked him. So it's a RBI walk for Pat Reif. As now we have batted around, Jeff Timko comes to the plate once again here in the top half of the 6th inning. 13-3 Mariners lead. Timko singled and scored a run already here in the inning. 2 for 4 on the day. Here's the pitch. That one's outside, 1-0. The 1-0 is brung back by Kroll, 1-1. The 1-1 inside, 2-1. 5 runs in here in the top of the 6th inning. Here's the pause, the pitch. That one swung and that one's hit pretty well out to center field. Going back on it, and he's not going to be able to catch it as that one hits the bottom of the wall. 1 run's going to come score. Joe Wiles rounds third. He's going to come in to score. It's a 2-run double for Jeff Timko. As 2 more come to score. 15-3. The Mariners on top of the Richmond Jazz. Do we have another pitching change here in the inning? Let's see here, as we do have a mound visit at least. And yes, we will have another pitching change. So we'll stay once again here in the top of the 6th inning with just one gone and runners on second and third. Another pitching change coming when we come back. You're listening and watching Grand Lake Mariner Baseball right here on YouTube. Back here, top 6th inning, 7 runs in for the Mariners, in which they have put on an offensive display here tonight. 15-3, they lead it. Here's the pitch to Linder, as that pitch is called a strike, 0-1. The next pitch way outside, 1-1. Top of the 6th inning, 1 ball, 1 strike on Tucker Linder, 1 gone. Runners on second and third. The last batter, Timko, hit an RBI double to right center field. The next pitch, that one swung on, that one's lined right up the middle for a base hit. Another run for the Mariners. It seems like the Jazz do not have an answer for Grand Lake here tonight. 16 runs. And that's 15 unanswered by the Mariners. As Nate Osmo steps to the plate. That pitch in there for a strike. 0-1. Next pitch misses. 1-1. The 1-1 up high. 2-1. That pitch flied out to center field. Coming on and making the basket catch is Cole Parks for now the second out of the inning. Brad Burkholder is the new pitcher on the mound for the Jazz. First time pitching for them here this year is usually an outfielder for the team. Blake Buckman to the plate now. 2 doubles on the day, 2 for 3 overall. That pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Walk came around to score, a double, which scored 1, and another double, which scored another run already here on the top of the 6th. Here's the next pitch. That one swung on. That one's hit out pretty well out to left field, and making the over-the-shoulder catch for the 3rd and final out of the inning. It's Eric Connor, and officially the inning is over for the Richmond Jazz, as it could not come soon enough. Mariners strike for 8 runs here in the top of the 6th inning. They now lead it 16-3. Don't go anywhere. You're listening and watching Grand Lake Mariner Baseball right here on YouTube. We go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. 16-3 Mariners lead it. Jim Wilkerson still on the mound. That pitch catches the outside part of the plate for a strike. 0-1 the count on Bill Kroll. Wilkerson comes at the 0-1. Curveball in there for strike number 2. It's 0-2 on Bill Kroll. Kroll on the night, 1 for 2. RBI 2-run single back in the 1st inning. There's a pitch. That one swung on. That one's grounded straight back up the middle for a single. Kroll gets things started for the Jazz here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Going to bring up to the plate Eric Connor. Connor 0 for 2 on the night. Grounded out to first. Or back to the pitcher, excuse me, his last time up. A runner on first. No one gone. Wilkerson comes set. The pitch. That one swung on, popped up, foul territory, out of play. Moves the count to 0-1. 16 runs on 17 hits for the Mariners, 1 error for them, 3 runs on 6 hits, 3 errors for the Richmond Jazz. The next pitch is hot inside, 1-1. The 1-1, outside, 2-1. Three and 1 now the count on Eric Connor. Can't tell if there's any action in the Mariner bullpen. Doesn't look like it from where I'm sitting. It's a 3-1 count. Wilkerson comes set. The pitch is inside. He walked it. So first 2 reach base for the Jazz. as Jordan Gillerman comes to the plate. So runners on second and first. Wilkerson, he comes set. The pitch. Swung on, grounded foul. Moves the count to 0-1. Next pitch. Misses. 1-1. That one swung on, fouled away. 1-2. Next pitch in the dirt. 2-2. Runners on second and first. No one gone here in the bottom of the sixth inning. The pitch down low. Full count. The pause, the payoff pitch is low. He walked him. So back-to-back walks issued by Wilkerson. And now the base is loaded for the Richmond Jazz. As Coach O'Neill comes out now to talk to Wilkerson. 16-3, the Mariners are on top here. So every base runner critical for the Richmond Jazz. They want to create a impeccable comeback here. No mound visit over. Isles heads back to behind the plate. O'Neill back to the third base dugout. Bases loaded, no one gone. Bottom half of the sixth inning, 16-3, Mariners are on top. The pitch. In there for a strike 0-1 on Chase DeBonis. DeBonis 0 for 2 on the day. Rounded out to second his last time up. The next pitch misses, 1-1. The 1-1 swung on. That one's flied out to right field. Making the catch now, tagging from third. And coming in to score is Bill Kroll. And it's a 16-4 lead. Runner moves up to third is Eric Connor. So runners on the corner with one gone now. Jack Holden to the plate. He's 0 for 2. Flew out to center his last time up. Wilkerson, he comes set. The next pitch swung on, popped up, foul territory, out of play. 0-1. Wilkerson's done a nice job in relief, allowing that pitch swung on. That one's popped up shallow or just on the infield. Osmo makes the catch for out number 2. So just allowing 2 hits and 1 run for Wilkerson. He's hit a batter and walked 2 as well. As the next pitch to Cole Parks is in there for a strike, 0-1. Runners on the corner, 2 gone, bottom 6. 1 run in for the Jazz, 16-4 is the Mariner lead. The next pitch inside, 1-1. One swung on. That's grounded down the third baseline. That's a fair ball. Coming in to score is Connor, and moving in there with a RBI double is Cole Parks. O'Connor comes in to score. Gellerman moves up to third, and Parks moves down to second. Here's the pitch. That one swung on, grounded on the first baseline. Linder up with it. He flips on to Wilkerson, who covers first. Close play, but Wilkerson does win the foot race. And that will end the inning. The Jazz do get 2 here in the bottom of the 6th. It's a 16-5 now lead for the Mariners as we head to the 7th. Don't go anywhere. You're listening and watching Grand Lake Mariner Baseball right here on YouTube. R.J. Williams set to lead things off for the Mariners here in the top of the 7th inning. 16-5 Mariners lead. The first pitch to Williams is a ball, 1-0. The wind, the 1-0. Up high, 2-0. Mariners strike for 8 in the top of the 6th inning. 3 in the top of the 5th, 3 in the top of the 4th, 1 in the 2nd, and 1 in the 1st. That's how the 16 have come to score. Next pitch on the inside corner, called a strike, 2-1. Here's the 2-1. That one's down and in. 3-1. It'll be Williams, Varda, Womack here to bat for the Mariners. A 3-1 outside. He walked him. The leadoff runner on now for the Mariners. For the 6th time tonight, Nick Varda comes to the plate. Varda 2 for 3 on the day. A home run, a double, and a walk. and 4 RBIs for the left-handed hitting Varda. R.J. Williams down at first. No one out here. A throw over. R.J. Williams back in safely. Close play. Ed Burkholder on the mound for the Richmond Jazz. He comes set. The pitch swung on and missed. 0-1. The count on Nick Varda. Next pitch is fouled off. It's an 0-2 count on Nick Varda. MLB resumes action here tonight. Let's get you some updated scores from around the league in just a second. As R.J. Williams takes his lead off of first, Nick Varda stands in for an 0-2 count. The pitch swung on, lined up the middle, taking it to himself is Gillerman for one. He throws on to first in time. It's a 6-3 double play. 2 gone quickly now in the top of the 7th inning. So around the MLB, St. Louis and Pittsburgh tied at 2 in Pittsburgh, bottom of the 7th inning there. Cubs defeating the Orioles as Cubs looking to battle back here in the second half. A World Series hangover it might be. They're on top of Baltimore 8-2 in Baltimore, going to the bottom of the 5th. Toronto on top of the Detroit as a broken bat is lined and picked up and thrown on to first from Sepik for the 3rd and final out of the inning. So I'll bring you the rest of the MLB scores when we come back. Mariners lead it by a score of 16-5. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It's stretch time here at Don McBride Stadium. You're listening to Grand Lake Mariner Baseball right here on YouTube. We go to the bottom half of the 7th inning, 16-5 Mariners lead. The first pitch right there swung on the line into right field for a base hit by it was Daniel Sepik leading off the inning with a single. ball has come onto the field. Andrew Check on at the plate now. Looks like it's an 0-1 count on him. Trying to work on some things right here. Okay. Now we're all set. 0-1 count on Andrew Check. Here's the pitch. It's high and tight. 1-1. So Sepik leading off the inning with a single. Here's the next pitch. That one swung on. That one's fouled away to the left-hand side. 1-2. Check on the night. 1 for 2. Flew out to right field his last time up. He gave it a pretty good ride, but ended up just coming short as Sparta came down with the baseball. The 1-2 swung on, popped up. Foul territory. Isles looking at it. Can he make the play? He does. Good play right there from Joe Isles. Hustling and tossing his mask off and making the play for out number 1 as Chick pops out to behind the plate. Bill Kroll steps to the plate. Singled, came around to score his last time up. He's 2 for 3 on the night. Sepik down at first, 1 gone. 16-5, the Mariners lead it. Wilkerson, he comes set, the pitch. Swung on, that one's flying into center field, long run, or going back on it is Blake Buckman, and quickly throws it down to first. Trying to possibly double him up, but Kroll pops out to Buckman for out number 2. Eric Connor now going to come to the plate. Wilkerson still working here. That pitch, that one swung on. That one's hit pretty well at the right center field. R.J. Williams going back, not going to be able to make the catch. He gathers it, but a run's going to score for Richmond. Blake Buckman gets it off. It's an RBI double for Eric Connor. So Sepik comes in to score. 16-6 goes the lead for Grand Lake. Jordan Gillerman comes to the plate. Gillerman 0 for 2 on the day. Walked his last time up, however. Runner on second, 2 gone. A pitch. That one's swung. That one's flying into center field. R.J. Williams coming on and makes the catch for the 3rd and final out of the inning. The Jazz get 1 run here in the bottom of the 7th inning. The Mariners still lead it, however, by a score of 16-6. Don't go anywhere. You're listening and watching Grand Lake Mariner Baseball right here on YouTube. Joe Isles going to lead things off for the Mariners here in the top of the 8th inning. The first pitch up high, 1-0. Lyles on the day. 2 for 4 with 2 singles. And he did walk back in the top of the 5th inning. Next pitch, that one swung on, fly to center field, but line right at Cole Parks. For 1. Pat Reif coming to bat now. It's going to be Reif and Timko, the next 2 batters. Reif on the day is just 1 for 3. He has a sacrifice bunt and a walk. His first pitch is swinging right there. 0-1 count on Reif. So he walked home a run his last time up. It's an 0-1 count here on him right now. The next pitch in there for a strike. 0-2. Next pitch called. Strike 3. Reif set down on strikes for the 3rd time today. 2 gone here in the top of the 8th inning. Brings the plate Jeff Timko. Timko is 3 for 5 on the day with 2 doubles, 3 RBIs, and a run scored. Here's the pitch to Timko. Swung on and missed. 0-1. Blew it right by him. Was Burkholder. Doing a nice job out of the pen so far for the Jazz. And he's normally an outfielder. The next pitch way up high. 1-1. $16-6 the score. The next pitch skips in the dirt. 2-1. Get you some MLB scores. I forgot to continue those when we came back, but here we are. 4-1, or we already got the Toronto-Detroit game, but here's the 1-1 pitch, or 2-1 pitch. That one's in the dirt. 3-1. Miami currently leading the Dodgers 4-3 in the bottom of the 8th inning in Miami. That's where the All-Star game was held at. Pretty nice field out there. In the bottom of the 8th inning in Cincinnati, the Nationals are defeating the Reds 5-0. That pitch swung on. That one's grounded into left field. A base hit for Timko. So Timko collects his 4th hit of the ball game. As he's down at first, Tucker Linder comes to the plate. Linder, 2 for 5 on the day with an RBI and 2 runs scored. Good job by him at the plate. The Mets currently on top of Colorado 12-2. That one's playing in Queens, New York. The Yankees on top of the Red Sox 4-3 in Boston. The pitch is a strike on Linder. Arizona and Atlanta tied up at 2 in the top of the 7th in Atlanta. The next pitch is swung on, flied out to center field. Back goes Parks. And he makes the catch for the 3rd and final out of the inning. No runs on 1 hit, 1 man left on. We go to the bottom half of the 8th inning. 16-6, the Mariners lead. You're watching and listening to Grand Lake Mariner Baseball right here on YouTube. We're still here in the top of the ninth inning. Mariners on top by a score of 16-8. R.J. Williams to the plate. And a new pitcher in the game for the Jazz. It's going to be number 21, Jordan Stacy. Listed as a catcher on the roster. This pitch is grounded to second, flipped to second for one, and then on to first. And it's an ending 4-6-3 double play. We go to the bottom of the ninth inning. Mariners looking to close it out. When we come back, you're listening and watching Grand Lake Mariner Baseball right here on YouTube. We go on to the bottom of the ninth inning. Mariners lead it by a score of 16-6. Nick Newton on the mound looking to close things out for the Mariners here at Richmond. The Mariners 16 runs on 18 hits. The Jazz 8 runs on 9 hits. Newton, he comes set. First pitch here to Bill Kroll is outside 1-0. It's a 1-0 count on Bill Kroll. The next one is outside 2-0. Kroll on the day, 2 for 4 with a single, 2 RBIs, and a run scored. He popped out the second his last time out. The 2-0 is over for a strike, 2-1. So it's going to be Kroll, Connor, and Gillerman here in the bottom half of the ninth inning. The next pitch swung on, grounder right past the glove of Newton, but it's to Buckman at second. He flips on to first, and it's in time, 1 gone. Eric Connor comes to the plate. RBI double his last time up. He's 1 for 3 on the day. He walked, came around the score back in the bottom half of the 6th inning as well. 16-8, Mariners lead it. 1 gone here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Newton, he comes set. The pitch. Swung on. This one's flied out to right field. Pretty well hit, but Varda over makes the catch for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the 9th. 1 out away from coming out of here victorious is the Mariners. Jordan Gillerman comes to the plate. Gillerman 0 for 3 on the night. Walked back in the 6th inning. Flew out to center his last time up. Newton, he comes set. The pitch. In there for a strike, 0-1. The pitch. In there for a strike. 1-2. A 1-2. Swung on. Popped up. Shallow right center field. Buckman goes back, but Varda calls him off. Makes the catch. Ball game. Mariners explode for 16 runs here in the ball game. They come out victorious 16-8 over the Richmond Jazz. Tomorrow's game will be at 7:05 at Galleon. We hope to catch you then. Mariners offense goes off for 16 runs once again. They improve to 16-13. Jazz fall to 15-12. So we'll be back tomorrow night at 7:05. Hope to catch you then. My name's Ryan Strobeck. Have a good night, folks.